Asset forfeiture unit of the National Prosecuting Authority securing a 43 million rand restraining order. It is targeted at assets belonging to suspects linked to a global syndicate that allegedly operated bogus call centers. These are agencies in Bryanston and Johannesburg. Well, Bryanston is in Johannesburg. Now, these 6 suspects, they were arrested earlier this year for running the bogus call center. Now, an international Israeli syndicate allegedly operated the call center from which unsuspecting members of the public were encouraged to invest in non-existent products, promising large returns on their investments. Let's speak now to NPA spokesperson Kreza Kganyago, who joins us now. Mr. Kganyago, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with the seizure of these assets. We understand that there were some vehicles, but everything combined adding up to 43 million rand. Just talk to us about the inventory here. What have you been able to seize?
Thank you very much, Colleen, to the viewers at home. Yesterday, fortunately on my birthday,
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Together with the team from the Hawks went and to these houses. We then freezed all the houses that belong to this syndicate, and we also freezed the cars of significance. There were Mercedes-Benzes, Aston Martin, there were Volkswagen, I think it's a Golf 8, and many other vehicles. Those ones, because they are movable assets, we then had to take them for custody so that they can be recovered when the matter is finalized in court, as the matter is currently in court as we speak.
The victims here, the people who were swindled out of their monies, Mr. Kganyago, these are people who do not sit in South Africa. So talk to us about the countries from which these people live, and will they be able to ever recoup their monies or get their monies back?
Yeah, no, the people are not in South Africa like you are indicating. Most of the people that were swindled were in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, USA, and various other countries in the world. Therefore, what this Israeli syndicate did, they then set up a call center here in Johannesburg, and then they did false advertising on social media where they were able to then lure people into this kind of investments that were supposedly going to yield them a lot of money, and a lot of these international people fell into the trap, and they made so much money until we were alerted together with the Hawks, and we started doing the investigation, and we found that this was true, and then these people were arrested in January. And then we realized that if we do not move on their assets, we are going to have a situation where when the case ends, there wouldn't be anything, because especially of the fact that the Israeli syndicate, they might run out of the country and so on. And therefore, we moved in, and then we seized these assets yesterday.
When you succeed in court, I'm talking now about the case against the syndicate itself. So the assumption is that you have people in custody in South Africa. These are not people that you're going to try and extradite from Israel to come and sit for their case here. Are these people that are in South Africa that will serve jail time here?
Yes, you're correct. They are in custody here in South Africa, and the matter already appeared in Palm Ridge, and the next appearance is going to be on the 4th of June. And therefore, we will then proceed that way. So that, because they are obviously a flight risk. If you deal with people like that, you cannot take a risk, and we have to make sure that we secure them, but also secure the properties that they would have acquired throughout the time.
So let's conclude the conversation, and I want us to conclude in this way, in general terms, about the people, members of the public that are targeted here who are unsuspecting. Well, we could call it that we are lucky that these people were not able to get monies from ordinary South Africans. But I'd like to end the conversation with you warning members of the public, because, as you say, this is a syndicate that trained people here to basically operate a call center, and they had call center agents. Yesterday, we saw a similar story. People arrested in Umhlanga, KZN, so-called call center agents, but these are now people who are targeting people, trying to swindle them out of their monies using our banks, South African banks. What's your warning to members of the public who fall victim to such crimes?
I always start this way by saying, if it is too good to be true, you must know that something is wrong with it. Therefore, we are saying to the public of South Africa, you must be vigilant, because these people will go out of their way to do what they need to do. We have had scams before. You remember the 911 scam that people fell into, and there are many other scams. Therefore, people must just be careful. They must not be led by good returns. If the banks can't give those returns, what make you think that this kind of call center people that you don't even know can give you more than what the banks can give you? Therefore, people need to be careful. But also, if there are things like that, they need to report it, because we are here as law enforcement agencies, all of us, whether it's SIU, whether it's the Hawks, whether it is us as NPA, we are here to protect the public. And therefore, they must report these matters to us, and we will investigate them and make sure that it is stopped.
Kaiser Kganyago speaking on behalf of the National Prosecuting Authority. Thank you very much.